DCM works, we support leaving everything until the last minute. There was probably a song that reminded me of it, or I'd done an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Writing is definitely an isolating thing.
From an outside perspective, that's weird as
It makes
fuck.
us look really mental.
But that is
because of what it kind of said about art.
I had fun in bits. There were fun bits.
We went and bought a value pack of straps.
Oh my god, we did. There's a big lesson here to learn about storytelling. Hey guys, welcome back to the Alpha Podcast, official podcast of Digital Creative Media Works. My name is David DC, I'm creative director, lead writer, and I'm joined today by my special co-hosts, the boys from The Advisory.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
What's going on?
So would you like to introduce yourselves a little bit? Or you don't have to.
I'm James. I'm exactly one half of the Advisory podcast.
And I'm Todd, the other half. That was weird.
That was odd.
Yeah.
Good start.
We both like movies. You like horror movies a lot more than I do.
Big fan of horror movies. Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of problematic. Because actually, I'm not a big I'm a wimp.
That was the tweet you sent me.
Yeah, look, I had trouble with this one. I got through it though, and I had a good time. But I did not sleep well afterwards.
Really?
Look, I just kept thinking about it.
Right. And you thought these 34-year-old monsters might come and get me.
They'll be a little bit grey and probably retired, but like they could still be there. You know what I mean? So today we're talking about the storytelling of The Thing.
Cool.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of record. The storm's been hitting us hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on.
And then to be clear, this is the 1982 version, not the 2011 remake that's not in English. Which I originally started watching and went, this is not right.
And it's weird. It's weird that they would call it the exact same title as the 1982 version because it's the prequel.
Is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be about the Norwegian camp
Oh, wow.
That makes sense.
before this one. Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense. That's why it's not in English. It's in
Yeah.
Norwegian. Is that a language?
Not that I'm fully aware of.
I said that really confidently. I was like, that's why it's in Norwegian.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the basic premise of the film is that they're in this Antarctic camp. A dog pitches up, and they're like, the Norwegians are trying to mow down this dog with like machine guns and shit. Also, very bad aim from the Norwegians. They do not hit that dog a lot.
I thought that. Like, that was the one thing that really got under my skin was like, there is literally nothing else for you to hit, and you seem to be pretty close to this goddamn dog. Please hit it.
Is there a reason why they're trying to shoot the dog? Like,
Yeah.
what did the dog do?
Well, he's the guy with he's the thing, isn't
Yeah.
he?
The dog is the
The dog
thing.
is the
Okay,
thing.
sure.
He's not a thing. He's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if they were just like shooting a dog, it's like, come on, guys, like you've got snow science to do.
Well, you know what? It's good team building.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
because you're in the Antarctic, there's nothing to do. So the dog turns up, and then people start to become the thing.
Cool.
Everyone thinks McCready's the thing, but he's not the thing. And then McCready comes back, and he's still not the thing. And then he tests everyone else to see if they're the thing.
Yeah.
This is my Wikipedia summary.
Yeah,
Then then McCready tests everyone's blood to see if they're the thing. One guy turns out to be the thing, so then they burn the guy as the thing.
Yeah.
And the guy the Keith David, whose character name I can't remember. Keith
Childs.
David's character, Charles.
Childs, yeah.
Childs.
Childs, yeah.
Childs. I thought you were saying Charles. Charles, yeah, it's jolly good. So Childs turns out that everyone thinks he's the thing, but he probably isn't the thing, or
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah.
And then McCready and co, remaining friends, decide that the only thing they can do is burn down the entire facility because if this thing gets out there, the computer tells them that if it gets out there, it's all over, Red Rover.
Yeah.
Humanity's done ski. So they decide, McCready's like, we gotta burn it down. So they have dynamite and Molotov cocktails, and they blow the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And then it's just Keith David and McCready at the end, and you don't know if Keith David's the thing, but he's probably not the thing.
And then
exactly.
they kill that dog.
Is that good? So you didn't have to see the film. You could have just listened to my synopsis. So that you're welcome.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna be honest and say I didn't watch it.
Look, I was
So
saying.
that's why I was so confused why they were shooting a dog.
Yeah, look, I was saying at lunch, at the fancy business lunch we went to.
Yeah.
Just up the road. That you basically came at band levels of preparation.
Yeah.
So you didn't see it, but you read the Wikipedia.
Yeah. Well,
I would like
I
to
mean,
very strongly distance myself from Todd on that one because
Yeah.
I've seen this movie several times.
I would say I own the movie at home.
Okay.
Like a
But-
physical copy?
Yeah.
What?
And you never watched it?
No.
What is
Only
wrong with
because I've been super busy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's tough.
Just like it's a hard life doing what I
I mean,
do.
you had 2 months. We've been planning this.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
We've been trying to get our
Hey,
calendars
well,
for 2 months.
Ben's got a sword thing to do today, so come on.
Well, he pulled that shit on me at the last minute, so fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
No one's prepared.
Yeah,
and
well,
but we're all here anyway.
And then James was like, "Hey, are you gonna watch the movie?" I'm like, "Ooh,
Oof.
I forgot we had to watch a
You're
movie."
like, that's gonna be a
Yeah.
soft no.
Yeah.
I want to say yes,
Look,
but I'm not
if I've
going
got
to.
time, yeah, sure.
Look, if my calendar frees up, but I'm
Yeah.
really busy. I'm busy watching Gilmore Girls. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you.
It's good.
Watching reruns of Boy Meets World. People don't know what that is. That's a reference that the kids aren't going to get, but that's
Yeah.
fine. We're going to power through.
Yeah.
Our demographic is mostly above 18 anyway, so.
Well, yeah, it's a scary movie though, right?
Look, yeah. See, I don't know if it's not. It's not scary so much as it is very just spooky. Spooky's different from scary.
It's kind of
It's
like
very tense.
yeah, the whole kind of thing is like paranoia and like tense.
Because you don't know because you don't know who's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you spend a lot of the film being like, that guy's acting like a cunt. He's probably the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this guy might be the thing. Or this guy hasn't said anything. He might be the. You start to like suspect different people at different points, and they do a really good job of like. Because McGreedy's like your hero kind of. He's like your main hero kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
And that's
he's
Kurt Russell,
he's your
right?
Snake
Yeah.
Plissken.
Yeah.
He's the handsome boy.
I love me some Snake.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Different movie.
different
but-
movie, but also who doesn't?
Yeah.
So he's your central protagonist, but they do a good job of about an hour in.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that McCready's the thing. And you as the viewer still aren't convinced, but you're like, yeah, but he kind of could be because he was in contact with the dog and like there's some stuff going on. So they do this really interesting twist where they're like, he could just be the thing, and we wouldn't know it because you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And then you get the quick switch where he comes in and he suddenly gets everyone to tie themselves up, which was a little weird. That everyone is just like, yeah, I'll tie myself up. No
Yeah.
worries.
We're totally fine with that.
Look,
Yeah.
there's a monster around, but I'll tie myself up to a couch. It's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
A lot of flamethrowers in this film.
Yeah.
Uh,
Apparently, like that's gonna be your go-to source for killing aliens. I think.
probably.
Is-
We learned that from Alien, right?
That is a very good point. Yeah. The one thing that I really love about this movie is that apparently even the cast didn't know who was the thing,
Oh.
and it wasn't revealed to them until
Until the scene they needed to know.
the scene where they needed to know. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I thought
very
that was really
cool.
interesting,
Yeah.
so that like
Yeah.
they wouldn't
It's
even
very
the cast.
authentic.
Yeah, it wouldn't like alter their performance.
Yeah,
in
that's
any
really
way.
awesome. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I think there's kind of... See, that's cool, but it also is kind of a problem in that you need a tiny bit of... I mean, they do telegraph a little bit with the framing devices and stuff, but you kind of need a tiny bit of... the sense of I kind of worked it out myself a little bit. You kind
Yeah.
of want that smug satisfaction where you're like, yeah, I knew he was the thing or whatever. But this, I was just like, whoa, that dude's he's a thing. Whoa, like
I love that there's because like even to today, people still, have like debates online as to like who was the thing and when were they the thing, and when the guy smashed up all the communication devices, was he the thing at that point?
yeah, or was he just being a cunt?
Just
Yeah,
being a
or
dick,
did
yeah.
or did he watch that very very handy infographic thing on his computer that just said dog cells plus thing cells equals it's very not good.
Yeah.
It-
And then
it
came out,
literally
like,
was
3 years later. Like it'll be bad.
It'll be real bad. And he was like, oh, real bad. Gotta stop it. And then he, for some reason, was crazy after that.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where clearly a lot of this film was very implied. Like, you're supposed to work stuff out yourself.
Yeah.
But I watched this, I was saying to you at lunch, I watched this while I was editing some videos, and then I finished it last night while I was drunk. So, like, I didn't quite work it out as I went. I had to be like, at the end, I was like, but hang on, who was the thing? Was anyone the thing? What's happening?
Am I still watching this movie?
Yeah.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
And then
Um,
Snake Plissken wakes up at the end. This is after the
of
credits,
course,
and it was a
yeah.
fever dream the whole time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
Escape from LA. Yeah.
What's the prologue for that? Which is weird because it was afterwards, but you know
Yeah.
they've done it before. They'll do it again.
Of course, of course.
It's look. They went to the Prometheus School of Prologues where they were
Yeah.
like, "What if we can ruin the franchise?"
Yeah. I really didn't like that movie.
Look, I have so many problems with it. It was fun. I had fun. It would have been a great film if it wasn't an alien film.
Yeah, if it was
Yeah.
just a standalone,
Yeah,
nothing
it
to
would have been
yeah.
a fun sci-fi action
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
shame
on,
the
man.
James.
God.
Come
Oh
on.
Shame
my
the
God.
James
I,
getting
I turned mine off beforehand.
getting tweets and bullshit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw that in my face.
Yeah.
The boy who hasn't seen the film we're talking about
Yeah.
is naming and shaming me
Todd
on
is-
a text message.
Are we still watching? Are we still talking about Escape from New York?
No, we're talking about Prometheus.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, look, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
So anyway, that thing,
Yeah.
that's not the title of the film.
Yeah.
That thing.
That wasn't a segue. I was
Yeah.
just saying the thing,
Yeah.
not the thing. You know what I mean? Look, I will say this.
Yeah.
The way that they filmed this dates itself really poorly. I'll say that. Like it's still a good film to watch, but watching it, you're like, oh, this was definitely made in the 80s. Like some of the camera shots they pick. It does remind me, actually, someone pointed this out to me on Twitter, that a lot of the shots where people are walking into rooms are actually very similar shots to what Casey Neistat uses in his vlogs. I don't know if you guys
Really?
know Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what he'll do is he'll put a camera down in a corner, and then he'll walk out of the room, and then walk in, and you get the bit where he's walking in.
Yeah.
Because the camera's already in that room. Or he'll be doing a jogging video, and he'll put his phone on a pillar and then jog past it or whatever.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that with the cameras because they didn't have a very big camera crew. I found out they had like 3 people per crew, and they had like 3 crews or something. So a lot of what they did is they would just put a camera down, several cameras in the room where they would shoot around them, and then they would film the scene and then pick up all the cameras and be like, what was the best shot for this particular?
Oh wow.
That happened like 3 or 4 times where they were like, how are we gonna do this? Which is just like,
It's kind of
wow.
cool though.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, but it's
Yeah,
also
that
like,
sort of thing.
yeah, it's interesting. It makes it feel very organic at certain
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
And then when that doesn't happen, it feels... There are some shots that are super dated, where, like, there's almost no motion tracking shots at all. It's all a lot of stills and stuff,
Yeah, that's true.
which is a very old... Because they didn't have really good technology for, like, moving the cameras and stuff.
Right,
Like, they didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
those crazy crane rigs they have now that are all, like, automated or whatever. They
That-
just had...
Yeah, that is a really good point. Like, thinking about it, a lot of the shots are just really just... I've heard someone call it, like, the Kevin Smith of, like, shooting movies or whatever, where it's
Yeah.
literally just, like, we put the camera down and, like, that's the shot.
Yeah,
and,
you,
like,
well,
no
you
one
film the
moves.
scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a few tracking shots. There's one really good tracking shot that's really spooky of... It moves it moves across the really long hallway. You see that shot a few times where it's like just inside the first bunker, after you come in through like that snow door area, there's like a really long hallway that goes all the way through the facility.
Yeah.
There's this really good tracking shot where someone's walking from one room to the other, and they track. There's no one in this tracking shot, but the character's walking, and they track across, looking down that corridor, and they play the really spooky music, and you're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then nothing happens, and you get spooked later. But like that particular tracking shot, I was like, oh. That's the first time they've had a shot where the camera really moved,
Yeah.
which is interesting because it means they had a rig that could do it, but they chose not to use it.
Someone really just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
Like,
they
was
didn't
it?
know how to put it together until very late.
Oh, they didn't like they didn't have like the Allen key from
Yeah,
IKEA
yeah.
until like the
They-
very
they
end.
sent someone out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because they were filming in some place, they couldn't get to the closest IKEA.
Well, it was also like I guess it was also snowing. So can you have like a tracking rig on snow and shit? I don't know how cameras work. It's
Yeah. look, I
disclaimer.
don't
Like
know.
it sounds like that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Having never filmed in the snow, and having been to the snow twice, I'm not an expert, but I would assume that it's tough.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of the shots in the snow were done just like on like a parking lot somewhere, or like just a lot.
Yeah.
And they just put down some fake snow and just got up real high,
That's great.
and then just like superimpose them into, I guess, a
real snow,
drawing or
probably. Oh, they
something?
probably would have done like a painting.
Yeah.
Because that's what they tended to do back then. So you do like a perfect lifelike painting,
Yeah.
and then you would take a photograph. Well, you take a photograph, then you paint over the photograph, or whatever.
Oh, like
to get-
rotoscoping kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because for some reason they were still doing that, even though they had green screens. I don't know. It makes it look more realistic in certain points, and then super unrealistic in others.
Yeah.
Like that shot where they come up the crest of the hill and the spaceship is in the crater.
Yeah.
Like you can literally tell that it's them walking up like a blank wall. Like they're
Oh,
walking
yeah.
up to the top of a blank wall where they've then put a painting.
Yeah, exactly.
post.
There's this
Like, you
very,
can just see it.
stark difference between
Yeah.
like reality and a
It's
painting.
really weird, and there's like this little fuzzy line at the top of the painting where the motion is because they couldn't quite get it right.
I think it's crazy that like in places like that it didn't get too inventive, and then other places like the chest bursting
Oh my
cavity
God.
scene, they found an actual double amputee who had no arms, and then they made his fake arms out of gelatin and wax, and then made a lifelike sculpture of the actor's face, and then put that as a prosthetic on this guy's face, and then put his hands
So
into
insane.
into a real like hydraulic like clamper
Clamp
thing,
thing.
and then like cut through
Holy
them,
shit.
and then
actually
it
pull
cut
the
back to
arms
the
off.
shot of like the actor's
his
face,
face.
like glued onto this dude's face, but in like a sharp
As he
look,
screams.
as he screams, like a scream face, and then like
Oh, that's
he
the
reels
best.
back or whatever. Yeah.
And it's for like a 5-second shot.
Oh yeah, like the
It's
amount of
really
work
quick.
that would have gone into some. There was even a scene where the body rips apart and they hit it with a flamethrower. Apparently, like I remember hearing somewhere that John Carpenter didn't like how it looked, so they just had to remake it and re-rig
my
the
God.
entire thing.
That does not
That's
surprise me.
incredible.
Yeah.
He did that a few times with the facility because I watched the How It Was Made thing, like an hour. It was actually longer than the film. I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. But they talk a lot of. They were talking about how they put together the facility, and they had a big car park. They built the facility, but behind the facility was a bunch of trees, so they had to build the facility to cover up the trees, so they could only shoot the facility from certain angles. Which, in hindsight, like, that's so dumb. But what it ended up doing in the film is it meant that all of the angles were very much... They were kind of low angles, or they were very high. So you never got a sense, like, you never felt quite grounded, and it makes it feel really, like, isolated, because you never get really close to it. You're always up really high looking downish, or you're always at the bottom, like, looking up at the walls and stuff.
Right.
So the facility remains, for most of the film, feeling like it is, like, super imposing.
Right. Do you think that adds to the tone of the movie in that it's kind of unsettling? And...
Yeah, it makes you feel... I mean, it's the same thing with, like, the claustrophobic way that they made it. Like, everything is really close, and there's one room with lots of space, which is, like, the rec area with the ping pong table.
Yeah.
With, like, the bar and stuff. That's the one room in the whole facility that doesn't feel like it's a box. And that's the one room where they spend the least amount of time until they start burning people alive strapped to sofas. So it's like... Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think that matching the way that they shot the exterior to the way the interior feels creates like a really cogent atmosphere.
Yeah.
Instead of what they could have done. See, I don't know. What did we watch last week? Fuck, it was a really bad horror film that we watched. We were talking about Alien. Not that Alien's bad, but we're talking about the way that they filmed the corridors in Alien is very similar, where you track through a corridor in a certain way that makes it feel very like claustrophobic and close.
Right, yeah.
It's to do with the way that you light it and like where your camera is and how much light is in the shot and the way that you move through the space. And they did that very well in The Thing, almost as well as in Alien. Because there are shots in Alien where you're like, I need to get the fuck out of the spaceship. Like this is fucked. Like it's too close. Yeah. I felt like that in The Thing a few times where I was like, someone needs to go outside or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm getting a little bit edgy.
Have you seen what's that Ryan? The guy that plays Deadpool, I'm blanking on his name.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah, Buried.
Yeah.
Have you seen Buried?
No.
It's
Buried is real good.
Because we're talking about like being claustrophobic,
yeah.
This movie is literally just Ryan Reynolds in a box for an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like that's it. It's kind of cool though.
It's really cool.
But
he's trapped in there, and then it's like I think there's 3 or 4 different camera shots, and then there's one where it kind of the camera pulls away and it's on top of him. And you can see how far deep he is.
Yeah.
But like the coffin's meant to like go up. But yeah,
less artistry in that filmmaking, trying to make you feel claustrophobic.
Yeah,
they're just like, it's a boy in a box.
Yeah.
Then they were like, we bought 4 GoPros.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And like I saw like a shot of them filming that, and it looks really cool because it was just like him up higher, like on these levels in this box, and just like one side was like cut away. So they could like get in there and like shoot around. But it looked really cool. So yeah,
that's always a cool idea when someone is like, "What if we made a film in a new way?" But I think, shit, I had a point I was gonna make and it's gone because now I'm thinking about Ryan Reynolds. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Were we talking about claustrophobic stuff? No, it's gone from my brain. That's good.
Nope.
Now I'm just thinking about Deadpool and how good that was.
Man, I also was gonna have a follow-up point about something also really, really good.
Boy, it's gone.
Sorry, guys.
Boy, if it ain't gone.
I fucked it up.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So it's basically that shot in Kill Bill where Kid is in the box and she's trying to break out with the punch.
Yeah.
But that for a whole film.
Pretty much.
Essentially.
Actually, that's scarily accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except that. Kill Bill.
Except Ryan Reynolds has a mobile phone.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, is he tweeting? What's he doing? I just assume he's live tweeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag boy in a box.
Yeah. Hashtag someone get me out.
Hashtag get me out of here.
But he's got
Please
0
send help.
followers.
Yeah.
Hashtag where I'd rather be. Sorry. Ryan Reynolds, you treasure. No, yeah. One of the things about this particular film that I didn't like, because we usually we go with things we liked, things we hated.
Yeah.
I didn't hate anything about this film, but something that really bothered me is throughout it, I didn't really like. There was a lot of characters because they need a lot of people to be killed because they needed to be like. There's lots of things. Who's the thing? You know. There was never.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have had the same kind of tone if it was just one other guy. And he's like, well, it's definitely not me.
Yeah.
Definitely you.
So it's you, I think.
Yeah.
And that guy's just like, I don't think so.
It's like, I think you're the thing. No, you're the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, someone has made an error in the scripting phase. But it almost felt like at the start there was almost too many characters. because I didn't really get a sense of anyone until about an hour in, and then by then, the half of the people I got to know died, and there's only 3 people left anyway.
Yeah, that
You
is
know
a
what I
good
mean?
point. Yeah, you
Like-
don't really.
They just funneled down the cast so quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of like, no, that's a really good point because the only person that you maybe give a shit about is like McCready.
But even then,
I kind of don't.
and when they're in the snowsuits and stuff, you kind of can't really tell who's who.
That's also a good point.
So
yeah.
like, there's
Who
one
am I
scene.
rooting for at
There's
this
one
point?
scene where McGreedy and the 2 boys are coming. They're going toward the facility. They've gone to the outhouse. McCready's gone to the outhouse, the outer area to check on the science guy.
Yeah.
Don't know his name. And then they've come back. Then they're coming back, and Keith David is going outside while they're going inside. And it's supposed to be really dramatic because Keith David's going outside. You're like, shit, is he the Thing? Like, is Keith David the Thing? But you don't know that it's Keith David, and you don't know who's who because they're all in snowsuits. So this really dramatic moment, I had to like think about it for about 10. I had to pause it and be like, okay, what am I looking at here? Okay, there's a beard, that's McGreedy. There's a black guy, that's Keith David. And I kind of like was able to work it out by
Yeah.
pausing it.
Yeah.
But like that moment is so important for the tension of the film. But if you don't know who's who because they're in snowsuits, you're like, what's happening?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And that might just be a product of when they made it because it was obviously really hard to film at nighttime in the snow then.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't just make it nighttime in post. You had to actually film at night.
Yeah.
Whereas now, you know, if you were going to do a nighttime shot, you would film it at like just before sunset, and then you would change it to nighttime in post, or you'd film it at night and then use post to make it watchable.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas then they just didn't have a kit, so it was just dark.
Yeah.
One of the problems I had with the movie was that the dude who's in like the outpost thing, and they're like, you're just outside now because you may be a bad guy.
The science boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Science Boy's outside, and they go check on him, and then he's not there, and then later he's just been building a spaceship the whole time.
Oh yeah.
And there's a spaceship underground.
Well, but I think the implication is he was the Thing the whole time before the dog
Well,
arrived.
I don't know
Because that spaceship would have taken a long time to build.
Well, that's the thing. Like, are we supposed to think that he just built this out of helicopter parts? Because,
I'm no scientist.
but I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you can build a spaceship out of a helicopter.
I think you're missing some shit.
And they had one helicopter.
Yeah.
One Norwegian helicopter is what they had.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that was like 30 minutes ago.
So, like,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I just didn't. I just thought that part was stupid. I was like, is he gonna
What's the...
fly away to
is-
somewhere else?
does
What
he
was
go-
his intention there?
Because the spaceship didn't crash. Well, there's a crashed spaceship in the film.
Yeah.
And then I guess he was using that plus a helicopter to rebuild a new one. But why?
I don't know.
Because I thought the computer thought that the Thing's plan was to take over the world. Right?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, I don't, was it trying to get home? If it was trying to get home, why was it killing everyone? Why wouldn't it just infect everyone, have everyone build a spaceship and then leave?
And then he's got multiple people to help him build a better spaceship.
It's, you know what? Many hands make light work.
Exactly.
They don't have that saying in Alien Land, that's why. in the Thing planet, they don't have that idiom, so they don't know about it.
And also, like, this movie bombed, like, pretty bad when it came out. Because apparently it came out the same time around E.T. And E.T. made people love aliens.
Yeah.
And the Thing made people hate everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, yeah, it just, like, didn't resonate with people.
Mm.
And apparently even, like, a lot of horror fans at the time were like, this is too gory.
Really? Because
And it's
I
like-
was expecting it to be way more gory than it was. Because whenever people talk about it, they're like, "Oh, it's so gruesome," and I would like, because I've seen The Walking Dead, so I've seen the most gruesome,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
And then I watched this, and I was like, "Oh, this was not as bad as I thought it would be."
Yeah.
it's much more tense than it is gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I really appreciate, but I can see why people at the time would have thought it was too much.
Yeah.
But something that I don't understand about the direction they went is in the making of it. They were talking about a whole bunch of people. They were cutting between different people talking about the way that they cast the film. And one of the old white guys, his exact words were, "Yeah, well, we saw all the horror films at the time, and the original film, The Thing, had women in it, and we were like, no, we don't want women in our film, so we're gonna cast only men." And I was like, whoa, what?
Whoa, okay.
Like, I just went, holy crap. Like, and he just straight up said, I was like, that's the 80s.
Yeah.
Which, and also when you think about it, if there were women in it, it would have made it much easier to distinguish between the characters.
That's
Yeah.
also a good point.
Like,
yeah.
because you could have had, if Keith David was a woman in the snow, Keith David would look different from the other boys in the snow, so that would just be like it's an easy shorthand for people.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of what you got, which was a really fuzzy shot of Keith David at nighttime in the snow, which you don't know who he is.
And what the fuck was Keith David doing outside for like the last 20 minutes of the movie?
I think the idea there is that he might be the Thing.
Was that just to make you question if he was or not?
I think what Keith David's plan was, and I could be wrong. Tweet at me if I'm wrong, or don't. Send me a death threat. We get frequent death threats. We do. It's interesting. Actually, if you want to send us a death threat, emails in the show notes. Just hit me up. Let me know. Or tweet us.
Hold on, real quick. What is someone
Yeah,
sending you
what
a
have they
death threat off the
said?
back of? Because
Oh,
I recently listened to your Treasure Planet episode,
Yes.
right? And I'm just picturing someone being so into Treasure Planet
Not
that
that.
they're like, "Hey, fuck you, you're gonna die."
not Treasure Planet. We got death threats about Pokemon Go because we called it crap. People were very upset.
Well, I mean, it
we-
is.
well,
It
'cause
is
we-
kind of shitty.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
it's garbage. We did an episode before it came out where I was basically like, it's gonna be average and don't know what you guys are expecting.
Yeah.
Got death threats for that. People being like, it's gonna be the best thing ever. Go kill yourselves. And then we did an episode after it came out. Got the same thing. Different people though, which is nice. Diversifying a little bit. And then we did an episode of No Man's Sky where we talked about the weird cycle that happened with the development of that game and what happened and what went wrong and stuff.
Right.
Death threats about that because people love it. And then we got death threats about that, and we also mentioned other games that are not great, which we also get death threats about.
Wow.
So it's
So
just a kind of wide blanket of
So people who are just super passionate about a thing and they're like,
yeah, they hear us
"I
say
love the thing, you don't like the thing, you're dead."
I mean,
well,
at
yeah.
least your audience is there.
There's interactivity, Tom.
Yeah.
You know what? They're talking to us. There's a conversation.
Yeah.
It's very one-sided because it's not advisable to respond to a death threat. But like, at least we know that people are out there.
And also, like, maybe people could help you with what is the appropriate response to kill yourself?
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do I say back to that? That's kind of
No, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, no, you do. Whenever someone says something horrendous to me, you're like, oh my god, thank you. That is so nice of you.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do with themselves. They're like,
Kill them with kindness.
what?
Love it.
Yeah, well, they get confused because they're like, well, I don't know. No, I was trying to be mean. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that is so nice of you to say. That
Thank you
really,
for listening.
That really made my week. Oh my god. And they're like, So that's your move. There you go. That's
I
what-
love it.
Now,
We'll use that.
good.
I mean,
put it in the bank of ideas.
Yeah.
The brain bank. For,
No one's told me to kill myself yet,
yeah.
but
I mean, I can-
now,
I'll-
now
Here's
I've got a
hoping.
response. Yeah.
I mean, I could tweet you later if you want. Like,
Please
be my
do.
pleasure.
So when so who survives? Kurt Russell survives.
Yeah. So McCready, Kurt Russell, and then Keith David
Okay.
survived. Just those two.
So when they're going back to wherever they're coming from, I guess America.
Well, I don't think they get out.
Yeah, I think that's
'cause they
the
burn
thing.
they burn the facility down, and Keith.
Oh, my
Kurt-
keys were in there.
Kurt-
You like that?
Well, Kurt Russell's like, we've only got like a few hours because it's like freezing, obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, we've only got like a few hours before the heat from the fire dies down, and they burn the whole facility. So there's nowhere to go inside.
Sure.
Yeah. And there's
Um,
like a big storm coming, and it's
so
gonna
they
get like
can't-
way colder.
Yeah, so they can't
Yeah.
get to the Norwegian camp in time before the storm arrives, so they're just gonna die, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
that's.
But then if one of them's the thing, they won't die because the thing it doesn't get cold.
But the thing wants to, because someone said earlier in the movie that the thing wants to just wait it out until the storm hits, and then that way it can freeze, and then later someone else will find it, and then it can like sort of start its whole
Start
cycle
again,
over again.
instead of being known about. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing. Yeah. So that I don't know. It's a really weird kind of ambiguous ending, which I don't hate, but
Another big thing that like people debate about, I don't know why you would, but
there were air quotes there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You can't hear that. It's a podcast, but
Yeah.
there were air quotes. Debate was in air quotes.
people debating whether Keith David's character Childs at the end of the movie was the thing, because when they're having their exchange, McCready has like frost breath coming out. Like as he's talking, you can see his breath.
He's cold.
And the other guy, you can't see his breath. So
Ah.
people are like, oh, it's not breathing. But earlier in the movie, the scientist guy, when he was doing kind of an autopsy, said that it has lungs, so it would be breathing anyway. So that's kind of not... I think it was just like a lighting thing.
They
You know
probably
what I
just
mean?
fucked up the filming. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an old film. They just didn't get it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people do that a lot. Yeah, we got that with I made an offhand comment in yesterday's. Well, actually, I shouldn't break the timeline. In last week's episode of this podcast, I made an offhand comment about the time turner in Harry Potter and how it like breaks the universe. But that's okay if you love the
right.
films, right? Like
Yeah.
you just, or if you love the books, like. But you have to accept the flaw.
Yeah, of
The
course.
minute the minute you defend it, you just ruin your authenticity.
Yeah.
Because it's like it is a genuine problem, but you have to accept the franchise with its faults.
yeah.
That's the same kind of thing with these kinds of films where it's like there are artifacts from the fact that it's old. And you have to be like, I love this film, but it's got some weird shit because it's an esoteric old film.
Yeah.
Instead of what people always do, which is, he doesn't have frost breath in that scene, so that means he's the thing probably.
Yeah.
And
Right, yeah.
you're like, Yeah, or they just goofed. They just little.
It was just a solid goof 'em up.
They
Like,
just
I don't
didn't-
think that was anyone's intention.
No, I don't think they sat down and went. So in this last scene with
Yeah.
Keith David and McGreedy, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna have one of them have frost breath and then one of them not have frost breath. It's gonna be really hard to do because we don't have the technology yet to do that, but we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Someone figure that out, and then in 30 years'
Yeah.
time, they'll still be talking about
Yeah.
it. Idiots.
We'll
got 'em.
We'll get them.
Yeah.
They'll still talk about. Well, you know what they did because we're talking about it on a podcast in 2016. So
That was a good point.
they fucking got us.
God is good.
They got us so good. But look, I enjoyed this film. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be, and I think there are some interesting lessons to learn both about what they did right and wrong from watching it. If you're any kind of a scriptwriter or you work in any kind of narrative or even in filming, I think like it's very kind of it shows you what you can do without all the fancy stuff we have today. You can still make something that's super solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, you don't need the all of the shiny stuff to make something that works.
Yeah.
And I think that's often something that a lot of people miss. Like they want to have the shiny stuff. That's like their focus instead of what you should do, which is you make the foundation as strong as you possibly can,
Yeah.
and then you get to polish it up with, your weird pornographic slow-mo shots of your Superman drifting in or whatever. Whatever it is that you want to do, you add that stuff afterwards to make something that's super solid even better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I think step one should be have a good storyline. Step two, B, C, and D should be miniatures and special effects and all that sort
As
of stuff.
practical as you can get.
Yeah, like don't make the special effects the storyline unless it's meant to be a story. Like unless it's like I don't know, Avatar or something like that, or Toy Story.
Or like the
where
Jungle
that's
Book.
the only thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. Like miniatures
Definitely.
and bigatures are incredible. Like I was watching a thing how the Jurassic Park miniatures and bigatures still live up to today's standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like hell yeah, that's
Yeah, that was it's Captain Christian did a video on that. Is that
yeah.
Yeah, really great. Shout outs to that boy. Lovely chap. Yeah, no, definitely. Like I think there's something to be said for finding the balance between the two. And if you can do that, then what you get is something that feels timeless, even if it isn't.
Yeah.
So I think this film does that pretty well because it's so practical. Have you got any departing words for the film? I said that like we were burying it.
Man, putting this one into the time capsule so that future
boy.
generations can love it as much as we did.
For Mr. Russell to open it. Do you reckon he'll listen to this?
Oh, definitely.
I
Do you
don't
reckon he goes back
see
and watch
why
it
he
and
wouldn't.
listens to all?
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd
Let's
check.
start there.
Yeah.
If you're alive, great film. Great film.
I mean, he must watch this. He must listen to this podcast,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Of course, I can't see why he would.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
What
the
else
numbers
does he have
alone.
to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not acting anymore, is he?
He was in the Tarantino one. Hateful Eight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Never saw that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rob,
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor.
I won't. That's okay. I appreciate the advice. Probably still won't see it.
Yeah.
Parting words for the movie. I liked it. I thought I just loved that no one knew who was the Thing.
That's
I
a
thought
great
that
move.
was really
It's
cool.
a solid, cheeky one.
And I think Rob Bottin, I think that's his name, the like 20-year-old makeup artist,
Yeah.
special effects artist on the
Oh,
movie.
dude, yeah, he was like 21 when he did it.
Yeah, which is insane. He came off like The Howling, and he only stepped in on that because holy shit, I can't remember his name. Old guy, white hair, makeup artist, really like his stuff. Blanking on his name. He had to like step out to go do another werewolf movie, and then he just came off the back of that one into
Wow.
this. And dude was like 21 and worked like 20 hours a fucking day. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He did
Done
such a
since?
good job. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on him. Yeah.
He died.
I don't
Straight
think
after that, he died.
I don't
Yeah.
think he did. Not to knock your authority. I was gonna say authenticity. That's not the right word.
Yeah.
But look, as always, if you guys want to tell us what you think, we're at DCM_works. You boys are at The Advisory, and you're also The Advisory Podcast on the iTunes.
That's correct.
Check it out.
you're
If you love advice that you might maybe want to take.
You probably
If
shouldn't
you
use
like
it.
advice that you never should ever take,
Yeah.
I guess
Is that the
Well-
quote you put on the poster? Is it not? Like, because that feels like it wouldn't fit.
Never,
The advice you
ever,
should
never,
never, ever
never,
probably
ever.
not take. And you're like,
Yeah,
wait.
we're really bad at titles in
Yeah.
this digital age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Really good at
everything
double
needs to be
negatives, though.
when everything needs to be really short and concise, we're just
Mm.
confusing the
Well,
whole system.
Yeah.
The whole time. But look, As always, this podcast is brought to you by hover.com. They you can buy a sweet URL if you want, or not. You don't have to. It's fine. I don't want to tell you what to do. Look,
I guess not really. You should buy one though.
If you do want one, or if you've been thinking about getting one, we have a referral link in the show notes. You'll get $2 off, which is a lot for a URL. URLs that cost you $5. You
Hey, we
save
should
it a
do
lot.
that.
I think we should actually.
You should use that. You know what? I'll hook you boys up. We also use. This is also powered by the good folks over at Patreon. Shout outs to Brendan A. McQuaid, this month's top patron, who sent me a very long email about Assassin's Creed Syndicate and why I'm wrong about why it's bad. But that being said, still appreciate it, buddy. And if you want to support us, you can. Patreon.com/DCMworks. I'm at DCM I Hate Pie.
I'm James, and also if you want,
gave me like the perfect.
Before.
I was like, I'm at. I pointed at you. I was like, yeah, go. And you're supposed to be like, I'm at, and you're like, I'm.
We can edit around this, right?
I'm at James DBM. Nailed it. First go.
And I'm Todd, but I'm also at Stay Together.
You guys nailed the plugs. That was like perfect. Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
It was probably a song that reminded me of it, or I'd done an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Writing is definitely an isolating thing.
From an outside perspective, that's weird as
Makes
fuck.
us look really mental.
But that is
Because of what it kind of said about art.
I had fun in bits. There were fun bits.
We went and bought a value pack of straps.
Oh my god, we did. There's a big lesson here to learn about storytelling.